All right, good morning. Thought I'd touch base with you guys. I haven't done a video in a while. Spent some time in Atlanta doing some things. Now behind the mess because, yeah, my table's a mess and we do a lot of work. Anyways, I thought I'd jump on here real quick. What I have here, let me flip this around. That's a cast iron floor drain. Early turn of the century. A buddy of mine brought this to me. As you can see, this whole section was knocked off. There's another small section over here that's knocked off. Another little small piece right here. You can see cracks in here, and you can see where I've already started doing some stuff here. And then on the bottom side, of course, I need to clean this up a lot more. Now, where I welded, I gouged the metal and beat it. But the reason why I wanted to bring this up is because I learned a trick a few years ago from a buddy of mine, Jamie Payne, who is a welder. He does a lot of heavy equipment. Grew up side by side with his dad, who was a machinist, worked for the railroad. Super good people, fantastic people. But I've done a lot of cast iron and failed miserably. I've done it every way you can imagine. I've done repair days at the Metal Museum here locally in Memphis, to where they're like, all right, we're gonna preheat it, we're gonna braze it, we're gonna bury it in sand to slow down the cooling process. There's plenty of videos out there that show you all these different ways to do cast iron, and it's always been pretty elusive to me. The reason for that being is cast iron will crack on you. When it's cooling, it'll crack on you, and really it's always kind of been luck of the draw. I've done brazing repairs on them, and some of them work decent. Some of them, cracked after, you pull it out of the sand and it's cracked again. And it's always kind of been a fight. So what I learned from Jamie was this. Just MIG weld it. Gouge it, clean it, V it as much as humanly possible. Get it super clean as you can. If you mess with cast iron, it's kind of a dirtier material. But get it as clean as you can. MIG weld it. I'll show you what it looks like once I finish getting it MIG welded up and cleaned up. But I'll MIG weld it. As you could see on the piece, the welds look super fat. I went over them a couple of different passes, and I'll clean them up and grind them down to where you can't tell what's been done. Don't worry about how clean the welds are, because they're not going to be, because you're MIG welding cast iron. But V them, clean them up, MIG weld it, grind them smooth. If you got to MIG weld it again because it's porous and there's holes in it because of the impurities, make another pass over it. Normally a couple of passes, and you can get your cast iron piece back together. So anyways, the trick I learned from Mr. Jamie was MIG welding your cast iron. I seen him do it a number of times, and I started trying it. And I'm going to tell you, if you MIG weld it just like you would any mild steel, 90% of the time, it's going to work out for you. I've had a few pieces. I don't know if it had a higher nickel content or what was going on with it, but I've had a few pieces that just gave me problems. But for the most part, any cast iron that I've MIG welded, I've had zero problems. It always holds, it always lasts, it always works well. So that's the tip of the day. With your cast iron, MIG weld it. I'll show you what it looks like once it gets said and done, once I get it all cleaned up and finished out. All right, let's see how it goes. All right, we are about finished up, or at least as far as I'm going to take it, considering this is a cast iron floor drain that's going in the floor of a 100-year-old restaurant. They need it solid. They don't need me spending 6 hours making it absolutely perfect. So I'll show you what we got. So it is back together. It is back solid. I didn't grind it down as smooth as I wanted to, or as much time as I would like to take on it. I wound up having to recreate some pieces over here that were missing out of it. You can see these square holes aren't exactly square in some spots, but we're not going to spend a bunch of time trying to square out corners. You can see right there. It's not worth it to spend the time, considering, like I said, this is going to go in the floor of a restaurant. So anyways, there is your one solid cast iron piece. I think it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces it was broke into. The biggest problem with it, you might ask yourself, why would anybody spend that kind of time and money? I thought it would also be helpful to kind of give you guys a rough idea of the amount of time that I have in those. So that piece total was probably 2.5 hours. Just getting it cleaned up, all the crap off of it, beveling all of my edges and those little weird spots, and getting it welded back in and cleaned up, sanitary enough. So about 2.5 hours is what's in that. I thought I would start adding time of how long these types of things take me. It may differ for you. Every person works differently, but I thought I would share time, because I think a lot of stuff that you see out there kind of gives you an unreal perspective of time. You watch a 5-10 minute video and somebody has this thing completely done, but none of that stuff is realistic. You're not building a whole car in a 30-minute TV show. It's months and months and months. Some cars are years and years and years. Little projects like that can eat up a bunch of time. So anyways, that is how I take care of cast iron stuff, especially on an industrial level, something that doesn't have to be super pretty. Of course, that's going to differ depending on what you're welding. Cast iron block, is it in a water jacket? There's a bunch of different things that differ depending on what you're doing. So hopefully that's useful to you guys. Hopefully that can help you with some any cast iron little project. Like I said, I meg it. I bevel the hell out of it and I meg it. So hopefully that's good to you guys. Enjoy your day. We will see you the next go around. Bye.